Welcome to the HFY Tales channel. Remember to like and subscribe if you like the story. Enjoy and take care.
The sun hung low over a vibrant intergalactic marketplace, casting an amber glow across the bustling stalls. Humans mingled with an array of alien species, their voices creating a cacophony of languages and excitement. The scents of unfamiliar foods wafted through the air, mingling with the metallic tang of exotic goods. Colorful banners fluttered in the gentle breeze, each representing the unique history and culture of various planets. This was not just a market, it was a celebration of diversity, a melting pot of galaxies. Eli Mercer, a curious researcher with a knack for languages and cultures, stepped cautiously through the crowd. He was drawn to this annual event by the promise of knowledge and adventure, hoping to uncover stories of life beyond Earth. Dressed in practical clothing, with a satchel slung over one shoulder, Eli navigated the maze of stalls, eyes sparkling with excitement. Every corner held the potential for discovery, yet something in the air felt charged with anticipation today. As he moved through a section of vibrant fabrics, a voice cut through the noise, lively and cheerful. "Gift exchange time. Step right up, Earthling." Eli turned toward the sound. A merchant, taller than him with skin that gleamed like polished stone, beckoned him forward. Brightly colored markings danced across the merchant's body, a language Eli recognized as part of their culture's communication. This was a prominent seller from the Zerathai system, known for their bold trade practices. Intrigued, Eli stepped forward. "What kind of gifts are exchanged?" he asked, fascinated. The merchant grinned, revealing an impressive array of sharp teeth. "A special surprise awaits. Just for you." He waved his long, slender fingers, indicating a larger structure behind him, draped in shimmering fabric. With a playful flourish, the merchant unveiled a stunning figure standing behind the fabric. Eli's breath caught in his throat. Before him was Lena, the alien girl. She stood at about the same height as Eli, with deep skin and shimmering silver hair that cascaded down her back like a waterfall. Her eyes sparkled like stars, a deep shade of violet that seemed almost otherworldly. She was adorned in a flowing garment made of ethereal material that changed colors as she moved, capturing the attention of everyone around. "Meet Lena, the representative for cultural exchange," the merchant announced, eyes gleaming with pride. Eli's mind raced. In a galaxy rich with cultures, this moment felt monumental. Lena stepped forward, her expression warm and welcoming. "Hello, Earthling. I hope you are ready for a unique experience." Her voice was melodious, blending precise intonations with a playful lilt. Yes. Quite ready," Eli stammered, feeling an electric pull toward her. The marketplace around them faded away as he focused solely on Lena, intrigued by her presence. As they exchanged introductions, Eli felt an itch of excitement. A world of differences lay before them, waiting to be explored. "Shall we begin the gift exchange?" Lena suggested, her smile infectious. "In our culture, gifts are not mere objects but symbols of connection and understanding." Eli nodded eagerly, intrigued by this concept. "I have a gift I would like to share," he replied, reaching into his satchel to retrieve a small hand-painted Earth globe, a piece of art depicting Earth's landmarks. Lena's eyes widened, appreciating the thoughtfulness behind the gift. "This is beautiful." She examined it closely. "It represents your world so intricately." Eli was taken aback by her genuine admiration. "And for you, I wish to know more about your world and its richness." As they continued to exchange their cultural treasures, the excitement of discovery began to blossom between them. Little did they know, this was only the beginning of their interwoven destinies, marked by the stars and intertwined with the complexities of love and acceptance across the cosmic divide. Eli and Lena stood amidst the vibrant marketplace, surrounded by a tapestry of colors and sounds that pulsed with life. As they exchanged their gifts, one symbolizing Earth and the other representing Zerathai culture, the chemistry between them crackled like static electricity. "Have you traveled to many planets?" Eli asked, genuine curiosity lacing his voice as he studied Lena's expressions, each shift revealing more about her character. Lena tilted her head, a gesture Eli instinctively recognized as thoughtful. "I have visited several worlds, yet I seek knowledge of yours," she replied, her violet eyes shining with enthusiasm. What do you find most fascinating about Earth? Eli leaned in closer, the hum of the market fading into the background. I love our art, our music, how they convey emotions. He gestured animatedly. They are seeds of our history and our dreams. Odd. It is universal, Lena exclaimed, her voice sparkling with interest. Our people express emotions through dance and light. Would you like to see? Eli's heartbeat quickened. Absolutely. I would love to learn about your culture. With a nod and a bright smile, Lena beckoned him to follow her. They weaved through the bustling crowd until they reached a performance space where a group of Zerathai dancers showcased an array of vivid lights and elegant movements. Eli found himself captivated by the grace of the performers, wondering how such beauty could stem from another world. Is this how your people celebrate? He asked, eyes wide, absorbing every detail. Yes, in Zerathai, we believe that through dance, we communicate feelings that words cannot express, Lena explained. She turned to him, her expression earnest. We celebrate life, love, and connection. Eli watched her intently, touched by her passion. It's beautiful, he said softly, their eyes locking for a moment that stretched in time. In that space, Eli felt a flicker of something profound, a connection that transcended their differences. After the performance, Lena led him away from the crowd to a quieter spot nearby where the sound of the market dimmed. They sat on a low stone wall, a temporary refuge from the whirlwind of activity. Tell me about your world, Eli, Lena urged, her gaze unwavering. She leaned closer, both her curiosity and the warmth of her presence creating an air that felt inviting yet charged. With each story, Eli found himself peeling back layers of his own history. He shared tales of childhood adventures, family traditions, and the complexities of growing up on Earth. Lena listened intently, often sharing anecdotes from her own life, revealing cultural idiosyncrasies and customs that left Eli both amused and spellbound. I had no idea the idea of exchanges is so integral to your culture, Eli said, delighted by Lena's stories of Zerathai festivals and rituals. Do your people often participate in cultural exchanges? Very often, Lena replied, a hint of pride in her voice. We learn from one another. It strengthens bonds. Her words trailed off, a flicker of vulnerability crossing her features. What is it? Eli asked gently. You seem serious. Lena took a moment, contemplating her thoughts. It is just, some of my people do not believe in mingling with others. They think we should keep to ourselves, she admitted, an undertone of sadness threading through her words. But I long for connection. Eli felt a pang of empathy. I understand. Change can be daunting, especially when facing opposition, he said, reaching out to touch her hand softly. Despite the cultural chasm, in that simple gesture, something fundamental shifted. They connected in a way that defied words. Lena's eyes widened in surprise, but then a soft smile blossomed across her face. Thank you for understanding, she murmured, seamlessly intertwining their fingers. The warmth of her skin sent a shiver through Eli, awakening a yearning that was both exhilarating and profound. As the sun began to set, splashes of pink and orange painted the sky. Eli knew that this extraordinary meeting was just the beginning, a new chapter unfolding, filled with promise and the exploration of a bond that transcended worlds. Shall we explore more of the market together? He suggested, excitement bubbling within him at the thought of continuing their journey, their discovery of each other, one gift at a time. Lena beamed, her eyes shimmering with delight. Yes, let us create moments that our worlds will remember. And with that, hand in hand, they ventured back into the heart of the marketplace, eager to explore not only the gifts of their cultures, but the deepening connection between their hearts and souls. Eli and Lena navigated through the colorful chaos of the marketplace, their hands still linked, a subtle yet powerful declaration of their emerging bond. Each stall they passed unveiled a plethora of goods from across the universe, and Eli's eyes sparkled with curiosity as he took in the unfamiliar sights. Over there, Lena pointed excitedly toward a stall brimming with exotic fruits and vibrant crafts. Try the Zithili fruit. It's the sweetest fruit known in the galaxy. With a playful grin, Eli followed her lead, intrigued by her enthusiasm. The stall owner, an elderly alien with skin resembling bark and eyes like molten gold, watched them approach with intrigue. Lena selected a vibrant pink fruit that pulsated slightly, handing it to Eli. "It's said to boost your energy and mood," she reassured, her smile encouraging. Eli hesitated, glancing at the fruit skeptically before taking a bite. The moment he tasted the sweet, tangy flavor, a rush of elation surged through him. "This is incredible," he exclaimed, his eyes wide in surprise. "Incredible indeed." Lena laughed, a sound that danced through the air like music. Their shared laughter echoed, bridging the gap between their different worlds with warmth. They continued through the marketplace, trying out various snacks and engaging in playful banter with the vendors. As the sun dipped lower, casting a warm hue over everything, Eli found himself mesmerized not just by the experiences, but by Lena herself. "Where did you learn to appreciate the beauty of other cultures so deeply?" Lena inquired as they settled upon a bench, both a bit breathless from their exploration. Eli took a moment to gather his thoughts. "My parents always encouraged curiosity," he replied earnestly. "We go to different cultural festivals each year. I remember being captivated by the stories, the art, and how people express themselves through traditions." "Your world sounds vibrant," Lena said, her voice filled with admiration. "My parents believed in preserving our traditions. In a way, they were protective. But I've always yearned to know what lies beyond." Eli sensed a glimpse of a kindred spirit in Lena, a soul who, like him, felt a pull toward the unknown. "It can be scary, stepping beyond what we know," he offered softly. "But the adventure is worth it, isn't it?" Their eyes locked, and in that moment, Eli felt a profound connection that transcended their different worlds. It was an understanding born from shared aspirations, dreams that resonated in the quiet spaces between their words. "To explore together," Lena murmured, her voice almost a whisper. "It's the greatest gift I could ever ask for." Before Eli could reply, a sudden commotion erupted nearby. Voices raised in urgency, breaking the comfortable spell they had woven. Eli's heart raced as he scanned the crowd, fear clutching at him. A group of humans stood nearby, their expressions hostile, gesturing toward Lena and him with contempt. "Why would you associate with that alien?" one of the men shouted, his tone dripping with disdain. "You should be ashamed." Eli felt a rush of adrenaline, protective instincts igniting within him. "Don't listen to them," he urged Lena, trying to establish calm, but her expression had shifted, slight unease flickering in her violet eyes. "Let's go," Lena whispered, her voice barely audible. They began to retreat, but the taunts followed them, a stark reminder of prejudice that reared its ugly head. Once they were a safe distance away, Eli turned to Lena, concern etched on his face. "Are you okay?" he asked, searching her eyes for any signs of distress. Lena hesitated, visibly shaken. "I'm used to it, but it still stings." Eli felt a rush of anger welling up within him. "That's not right," he said vehemently. "You deserve respect and connection, just like anyone else." She smiled softly, touched by his support. "You understand so well, Eli. It gives me hope." They sat in silence for a moment, absorbing the weight of the exchange. It struck Eli how their fledgling connection was already being tested so soon. He wanted to be more than just a voice of reassurance. He wanted to be a catalyst for change. "We can showcase how beautiful our cultures can be," Eli proposed, determination sparking within him. "Let's share our experiences, our gifts. Show them the value of understanding." Lena's eyes brightened, a flicker of hope igniting within her. "Yes, it could be a way to bridge our worlds. We could host an event, a celebration of culture." Eli felt exhilarated by the idea. They could combine their unique perspectives and foster acceptance in a world that seemed divided. "Let's do it. Together we can create something special." As their eyes met once more, an unspoken promise hung in the air. Not only would they exchange their gifts, but together strive for a future where love and understanding would overcome the walls erected by fear and ignorance. Together they stood, ready to embrace whatever lay ahead, their hearts intertwined with the hope that perhaps they were destined for more than just a fleeting encounter. They were pioneers of a new narrative, unfolding a story that transcended worlds. The sun had fully set, and the vibrant hues of twilight enveloped the marketplace in a soft glow. The atmosphere buzzed with excitement as alien traders and humans alike engaged in lively conversations, punctuated by laughter and music from distant stalls. Eli and Lena walked hand in hand, their plans for the upcoming cultural celebration fresh in their minds. "Where do we begin?" Eli asked, glancing at Lena, ready to dive into their collaborative dream. The idea of showcasing their cultures felt like a thrilling adventure, a challenge they could tackle together. Lena pondered for a moment, her expression revealing thoughtfulness. "We should consider what each of our cultures values most. In Zarathai, we value community and expression. Perhaps we can include traditional dances and stories." "Absolutely," Eli agreed, excitement coursing through him. "And we can incorporate Earth's art forms. I can present some of our music. Maybe create a fusion piece that combines both cultures." A joyful glimmer sparked in Lena's eyes. A fusion of music and dance. "I love it." The prospect of melding their worlds ignited a warm excitement between them, an unspoken understanding solidifying their bond even further. "Let's find a suitable location," Eli suggested, scanning the bustling market. "Somewhere accessible to both humans and aliens. What about over there?" He pointed to a large clearing, framed by a luminous tree that twinkled like stars against the night sky. Lena nodded enthusiastically. "Perfect. It will draw more attention." They began to make their way through the market towards the clearing, a determination settling over them like a shared warmth. As they approached the designated area, Eli began sketching an outline in the soft earth with the stick, mapping out potential arrangements for the performances. Lena knelt beside him, eager to contribute ideas. "We can create separate spaces for each cultural showcase," Eli suggested, drawing circles. "That way, we can highlight the uniqueness of our traditions while introducing visitors to the intersection." "Brilliant," Lena exclaimed, her eyes alight with inspiration. "Perhaps we can have both dance performances take turns, culminating in a grand finale where we could perform together." Eli grinned, filled with admiration for her vision. "I can already picture it. This is going to be something extraordinary." They spent the next few hours discussing logistics and brainstorming ideas to infuse their celebration with meaning and connection. As laughter punctuated their planning, Eli felt as if the challenges of the outside world had dissolved, leaving only the pure excitement of creativity and collaboration. Over time, the deeper they delved into each other's worlds, the more Eli began to appreciate the layers of Lena's existence. She shared stories of her upbringing, highlighting tales of camaraderie during festivals where Zarathai stood together in celebration. Lena painted vivid pictures of her people dancing under iridescent skies, embodying joy through their movements. "I want to experience your culture as you've described it," Eli remarked earnestly. "What was your favorite childhood memory during festivals?" Lena's face lit up. "Oh, there was this one festival where we danced under the moons. Everyone wore outfits adorned with tiny lights. It felt like we were dancing among the stars." Eli envisioned the scene, Lena twirling under a cosmic expanse, alive and free. "That sounds magical," he said, captivated. "And what about you?" Lena asked, shifting the focus. "What's your most cherished memory related to your culture?" Eli contemplated, a smile forming as he recalled one of his fondest memories. "Every summer, my family would hold a gathering where everyone brought a dish representing their heritage. The air was always filled with laughter and the aroma of different cuisines. We'd share stories and play games, reminding us of our roots." He paused, his expression growing soft. It was a tradition that brought us closer, reinforcing our familial bonds. The warmth in Lena's demeanor blossomed further as they shared their pasts. Their dreams began to intertwine, revealing similarities that deepened their connection. As they finished their brainstorming session, they decided to take a break and enjoy each other's company. The marketplace buzzed around them, a continuous flow of life, a reminder of how diverse and intertwined their worlds had become. "What do your people do for fun?" Lena asked, her curiosity evident. Eli chuckled. We do a lot. From sports to art exhibitions, we embrace various activities. What about you, Lena? Aside from festivals? Lena giggled, her laughter like a melody. I love storytelling. Our legends are filled with beings who travel the stars, speaking of adventures across galaxies. It's inspiring. I'd love to hear a story, Eli encouraged, eager to learn more about Lena's culture. What's your favorite? Taking a breath, Lena began weaving a tale of a legendary Zarathai heroine who ventured into the cosmos to save her planet from darkness. As she spoke, Eli found himself entranced, visualizing the vibrant landscapes Lena painted with her words. Her passion breathed life into the narrative, and Eli could see the embodiment of their dreams in her storytelling. Wow, he murmured as she finished her tale, captivated by her ability to transport him into her world. Your stories have such depth. I can see why you cherish them. As night deepened and stars emerged, they settled onto a nearby grassy knoll, laughter trailing into the cool night air. There was a palpable change in the atmosphere around them, filled with the unsaid melodies of mutual admiration. What about the Yuritai? Lena asked, her tone playful. Could your world conjure such a being? Yuritai, Eli asked, curiosity piquing. It's a creature from our legends, Lena explained with enthusiasm. A being who traverses between worlds, bridging gaps and granting wishes to those who seek connection. Eli laughed, savoring the charm of her expression. Sounds like a fantastic being. Maybe we can create our own Yuritai at the celebration, a figure that embodies both our worlds. An incredible idea. Lena beamed, her excitement infectious. At that moment, they both knew they were not merely exchanging gifts. They were crafting something more, a tapestry of connection woven from cultural threads, friendship, and budding romance. As their hands intertwined once more, Eli felt a warmth blossoming in his chest, a sense of belonging he had never experienced. Despite the uncertainties on the horizon, he couldn't shake the feeling that together, they were creating a story that transcended worlds, one that showcased the profound beauty of understanding, acceptance, and love. Eli and Lena visited the marketplace daily, sketching out plans for their cultural celebration while gathering support from merchants and local residents. The festival grew nearer, and excitement filled the air, creating an electric atmosphere. Yet, amidst the anticipation, an undercurrent of tension began to bubble, a reflection of the challenges they faced. As Eli and Lena continued their preparations, whispers of discontent flared among certain humans, discontent that aimed not only at their budding relationship, but at the upcoming celebration itself. Eli overheard conversations that unsettled him while exchanging ideas with fellow vendors. Words like betrayal and foolishness floated through the air, settling heavily in his gut. One afternoon, as they were setting up a prominent stall for their event, a group of humans approached, led by the same man who had confronted them at the market earlier. Eli's heart sank as he recognized the hostility in their eyes. Do you truly believe this spectacle will end well? The leader spat, glaring at Lena and Eli. You're inviting chaos. You should be ashamed for mingling with that creature. Eli stepped forward, his hands clenched at his sides. You don't understand, he countered, voice steady despite the rising anger within him. This is a celebration of unity, not chaos. We're showing our worlds that understanding and acceptance can exist. The man sneered. Unity? You mean betrayal? They don't belong here. They're not like us. Your fear is what divides us. Eli shot back, unwilling to back down. If you could only see beyond your prejudice, you'd see what beauty lies in embracing differences. The tensions escalated, with arguments and heated voices echoing through the marketplace. Lena's vibrant essence dimmed, and Eli turned to her, desperately trying to gauge her reaction. Eli, she whispered, concern creeping into her tone. Maybe we should step away. No, this is our moment, Lena. We have to stand up for what we believe in. Eli insisted, determination flooding through him. Suddenly, the opposing group began to jeer louder, rallying around their leader. Eli's heart pounded in his chest, the weight of his convictions and fears colliding as he realized they were risking everything they had built together. As tensions hit a crescendo, Eli felt the sharp pain of doubt. Could they really achieve their vision of unity? Why do you all fear what you do not understand? Lena spoke up, her voice rising above the crowd, trembling yet fierce. I come in peace. I seek connection. This celebration is our chance to forge bonds, not enmity. But the opposing leader shook his head dismissively, pointing at Lena. She's a threat. You think this will bring peace? You'll learn your mistake the hard way. With that, the crowd erupted more fiercely, fueled by division and misunderstanding. Lena's face paled, her confidence shaken as she withdrew slightly, retreating behind Eli. He felt her presence waver, and a half-hearted anger boiled within him. Let's go, he urged, sensing the growing hostility. They turned to leave the scene, but as they turned, Lin's hand slipped out of his grasp, a momentary separation that felt heavier than any distance they had covered together. Once they reached a quieter corner away from the chaos, Lena sat down, her back against a cool stone wall, visibly shaken. She hugged her knees to her chest and breathed deeply. Lena, Eli said softly, kneeling beside her. I'm sorry you had to face that. You thought we could change things. She injected quietly. The fire that usually danced in her eyes dimmed. But maybe we can't. No, Eli insisted, taking her hands in his. We can't give in to fear. They don't understand what we're trying to create. But we can continue to build this bridge together. Lena looked at him, her expression a mixture of vulnerability and uncertainty. But what if they resist? What if it's not enough? Eli squeezed her hands gently, steadfast in his belief. Every step we take matters. Your voice is worth every ounce of doubt they impose. We can't let others dictate our futures. Let's seize this as an opportunity to show everyone the beauty in our worlds. You truly believe that? Lena asked, searching his eyes for sincerity. I do, Eli replied sincerely. For every person that doubts us, there are countless others who will benefit from our celebration. You deserve to share your culture, Lena, as much as I do. We owe it to each other. With a small smile, the faintest light breaking through her fears, Lena nodded. Then let's continue. Together. In that moment, they reaffirmed their commitment not just to each other, but to the cause they believed in, a blend of courage and hope burning fervently in their hearts. As the festival day approached, Eli and Lena poured their energy into the event, calling upon supportive allies who believed in unity. Each evening spent organizing and planning drew them closer, allowing their bond to flourish amidst the challenges they faced. But even as they prepared for the grand day, Eli resolved to stand beside Lena against the tides of negativity. He knew their journey would be fraught with difficulty, yet the light of their connection shone more brightly than any dark cloud of prejudice that hovered above. Armed with their dreams and a shared vision, they understood that together, they were not merely participants in this celebration. They were catalysts for change, fueled by love and determination to bridge the gap between their worlds. The day of the cultural celebration dawned bright and clear. An air of anticipation buzzed through the marketplace as vendors set up their stalls, transforming the clearing into a vibrant tapestry of color and creativity. Banners flew, and music echoed through the air, creating an atmosphere that felt electric with possibility. Eli and Lena arrived early, hearts pounding with excitement and nerves. They had worked tirelessly to organize this day, an infusion of Earth and Zerathi cultures, but as they stood in front of the clearing, anxiety washed over them. Look at all the people, Lena murmured, her voice tinged with awe. They came. Eli followed her gaze, seeing a sea of faces, humans and various aliens, all gathered to witness this cultural intersection. They want to see what we've created, he said, determination flooding through him. We can do this. The ceremony commenced with a welcome speech from Eli, who stood before the crowd, nerves fluttering in his stomach, but bolstered by the presence of Lena beside him. Thank you all for coming today. Today, we celebrate not just our cultures, but the connections we can forge together. Let us open our hearts and minds to the beauty in our differences. As Eli spoke, he noticed some familiar faces from the opposing group still lingering in the back, skepticism clouding their expressions, but he pressed on, fueled by the warmth of support enveloping him. Lena took her place next, stepping gracefully forward as she began to dance. The moment she moved, the clearing erupted into an explosion of music and colors. Eli watched her, captivated by her fluid movements, her energy radiating like starlight. She danced not just with her body, but with her heart, embodying the spirit of her culture. Eli joined in, allowing the music to consume him. Together, they performed a fusion piece, blending Earth's rhythms with Zerathai movements. With every twist and turn, they ignited the spirit of connection that bound them together. Laughter rang through the crowd, blending harmoniously with the melodies that swirled around them. As the performances continued, reactions shifted. Faces that had been clouded with skepticism began to open up, smiles forming where frowns once resided. Eli felt hope flicker in his chest. Their message was being received. After the dance performances concluded, the time for the gift exchange ceremony arrived. Eli stood beside Lena once more, the significance of the moment washing over him. "Now, we present our final gifts," Lena announced, her voice steady and strong. "Gifts that symbolize our commitment to build bridges between our worlds and to honor the beauty in our differences." One by one, they offered tokens to the crowd, handmade items from Earth and Zerathai, each imbued with stories and meaning. As Eli handed over a small, intricately carved figurine symbolizing unity, he locked eyes with Lena. The connection pulsated between them, a direct line of understanding forged by their labor and love. With every token shared, the crowd grew more animated. Each interaction became a declaration of perspective, a coloring of the stories that defined their existence. However, Eli noted a shift in the crowd, a murmur of discontent as the familiar group from before stirred among the spectators. The tension returned, but this time, Eli felt ready. He stepped forward, voice unwavering as he addressed them. "Fear comes from misunderstanding," he said, meeting their defiant gazes. "But we are here to show you that wisdom lies in embracing our differences. You can choose to connect with us instead of standing apart." Lena stepped close, her presence powerful beside him. "Join us in this journey. Let us demonstrate that unity is stronger than division." In that moment, the unfurling whispers in the crowd grew louder until a voice emerged from the prior skeptics. It came from the leading human, who stood, visibly torn. "This is a foolish endeavor," he declared, though the fire in his voice held uncertainty. "But maybe there is something to learn here." Eli felt tension rise as he caught Lena's hopeful glance. "We're inviting you to choose understanding over fear. We can show you the joy in coming together," he urged, his heart racing. For a second, time seemed to freeze. The crowd watched intently, straddling the line between resolution and conflict. Then, one by one, others began to join in. "Yes," one alien shouted, arms raised. "We want to unite," a human shouted. As voices rallied in support, a wave of acceptance spread through the crowd, washing over the lingering doubts. Eli couldn't breathe, the overwhelming tide of hope charging through everyone around him. They were on the cusp of something monumental, a celebration of shared existence, born from love and understanding breaking barriers. As the evening sky morphed into a canvas of stars, the atmosphere shifted into one of unity. Lena and Eli joined hands, feeling the collective heartbeat of the crowd resonate through them. Silhouettes danced against the backdrop of glowing lights and laughter. The fear that once seemed insurmountable melted into camaraderie as laughter echoed through shared experiences. Together, they formulated a new narrative, a story rooted in acceptance, in bridging gaps, and in thriving amidst diversity. Through the night, Eli caught glimpses of those who once turned away, now dancing alongside Lena, engaging in a ritual of celebration that felt timeless. As the festival drew to a close, Eli and Lena stood beneath the luminous tree, feeling the weight of their journey settle around them. "Today was unforgettable," Lena whispered, leaning into Eli's embrace. "We've changed things." Eli gazed into her violet eyes, filled with possibility. "We have," he said, "and this is only the beginning." Hand in hand, they looked toward the stars, knowing they had kindled a connection that reached beyond the celebration, a spark that would illuminate the path for countless others to follow. In that moment, under the brilliant canopy of the universe, they dared to imagine a world where love and understanding held the power to transcend all barriers, creating futures yet unseen. Together,